Yeah, sometimes when you see a movie, you say, oh, yeah, that was a good movie. But then when a sequel comes along that truly freaking defies expectation, you're like, that was a freaking phenomenal film. And there's only one thing that I can think of that's wrong with this: Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Now you're wondering, what is possibly wrong with this movie? We only see the Two Towers for 5 seconds. Really. Maybe a minute at the most. I'm like, yeah, that's where Sauron is. But what about the Two Towers where he's at? Honestly, I'm going to start a petition to have a subtitle underneath where it'll be Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, and underneath, aka the Helms Deep Battle. Yeah, I'm dead serious. You know what? Just recall the Lord of the Rings, the Helms Deep Battle. F it. Why not? Oh, it's like here with the first one, it felt like it would needed to make a statement that one, you can create a film with CGI and use it correctly. And two, you need to introduce the characters in the right way. And it's like in the novel, the first one, um, you had the 13 dwarves that were in there, but they don't appear in this one because not too many people would be familiar with the Hobbit. But here, first one, freaking did it. Then the second one was released and just amplified everything. These go to 11. If you know the reference of that, you're freaking awesome. So with this one, it's like, okay, now we actually see what's going on. Sauron's force, Saruman's, is controlling a large number of orcs. And, you know, they're creating the new Uruk-hai, which are like the elves that have descended into darkness and become corrupted. So it's like, yeah, let's have that. But at the same time, let's have our heroes splinter into different groups, okay? Let's have the trio go about, have their own adventure. But then let's have the halflings, or the hobbits, of course. Two of them go with Treebeard, and then Samwise and Frodo go on their own adventures and had to go through a lot of stuff. Oof, it was my personal favorite being the Dead Marsh. That scene was intense. So, we actually get what feels like a what's conflict going on of Saruman, who in his extreme influence when he takes over a king of Theoden, with like you seen what he is with the hair and everything else, and he just looks haggard as heck. But once the reborn Gandalf manages to pretty much dispel the influence of Saruman, it's like now we have Bernard Hill portraying the king pretty darn well. And it's like, yes, let's have him go into battle. Let's have him question, like, why do we need Gondor and stuff, but at the same time, he allows Aragorn to grow. Like, yes, Aragorn is growing as a character, and we get to see that really win it well. I'm like, God dang, Viggo Mortensen, you are freaking fantastic here. And yeah, I mean, it's like all this going on. What I personally liked was all the different tones going on. It's like, yeah, this is still, it's not a dark movie. It's a fantasy epic that anyone can enjoy, but it required a team of a lot of people to pull off, you know. It's like, it's like we've got Pippin and the other Hobbit who are with Treebeard for a while. They just talk about like the destruction of the forest and how no one comes and visits it anymore. And you know what? That's fine. They play their own arc and role, and it's like, yes, I like it. I like this more laid back nature, which helps us prepare for the Helms Deep Battle, the official title, biatch. And then again, we have Frodo, Smeagol, also known as Gollum, and Samwise Gamgee, how they have their own conflicts going on of Sam not trusting Smeagol, and Frodo's like saying, no, he's our guy, and if we lose him, we're screwed. So we have pretty much a great number of conflicts going on, and Frodo being controlled by the One Ring to rule them all, and it's a lot more character, a lot more growth. It's really great just to see that. I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see everything going on. It's so great. It's just, I don't know. It just everything just. I was in the first movie. Just feels fantastic here. Howard Shore's score for the films is great, giving it a more legendary, epic vibe. And it's like it just adds, what with the brass, the brass and the woodwinds to give it just the excellent bombastic score with the music to represent just the beautiful New Zealand scenery. And it's just magical all over. It's just so great. And it's like, oh, I mean, this movie is freaking fantastic. It's like, you got that. You have the forest. You have the imposing tower in which Sauron works in. And it's just, everything is just constructed so well that I'm like, why didn't I see this in theaters when I was 12 years old? Then again, I didn't know anything about the Lord of the Rings then. But yeah. Even the scene in which Gandalf returns is just magnificent. We get to see a little bit of his brawl with the Balrog. How I was like, they're falling down, they still have the highest mountains and lowest dungeons. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, he was resurrected in white. I'm like, okay, yes. Ian McKellen is doing a freaking phenomenal job here. Even more than just portraying Magneto. But, yeah, let's see, what else am I missing? Legolas is fine. It turns out, like, that we found out that there was a pact between the elves and humans long ago, which leads to a truly epic, legendary scene of Helms Deep. And Helms Deep is freaking, that battle is so amazing. Even with just like the way how the ladders are just placed and they just bend beautifully. I don't know. It's just pure cinema. It's like you have all the orcs and everything just works so beautifully. There's just so much action, so many set pieces. It's like, you have all the swords, you have everything. It's just, dang. And then finally when Gandalf appears, like on the fifth day, look to the east and the dawn, I will arrive, and he's got a whole bunch of reinforcements. And, our heroes win the day. It's just done so great. At 40 minutes, this is truly an epic finale for the middle movie. And yes, apparently so. Apparently there's 20 hours of footage and it was shot over 4 months, and it got condensed into 40 minutes. It would be nice to see some of the extra scenes, behind the scenes and stuff, but whatever. All the people who were on footage received a t-shirt that said, I survived Helm's Deep, but they replaced the M with another L, so it's I survived Hell's Deep, so that way people in the New Zealand area who are wearing the t-shirts will be like, hey, I actually wasn't here. Hey, so were I. What was your position? I was in Uruk High. Oh yeah, and then me, I'm like, I wasn't 6'5" to portray the Uruk High, so I was the Uruk Low. And I don't know, it just all worked out so dang good there. And it's like, of course, with all the horses and everything, they just brought a horse and rider in studio, and just rather than just have them like with all the chaos that would eventually ensue from so much happening, they just said, okay, just bring the horse and trainer in here, just have them perform the basic stuff like running and putting on your gear, and just repeat this, because they did not want to harm any animals, which I will give them a lot of credit for. That's truly an auteur who cares about it, and probably would also make the ASPCA happy. I mean, yeah, obviously, it's like this movie was the expansion that was needed, And that's what it feels like. It's like we have two things that are going on here, the Helms Deep and the characterization. I would make a joke about the towers, but you already heard that. So we'll just call them the two amazing set piece buildings. Why not? So yeah. Do I recommend you watch the Two Towers? Oh, heck yes.